Hi there, I'm the chocolate lover.
And I'm Jocasta.
I got a special box delivered to my door by Tony's Chocolate. This is a special box because it's got the Tony's Conversation bars. So this is going to be an interesting one because so we have equality, we have injustice, and we have inhuman. These are the ones that are filled with in the chocolate industry and how damaging the cacao industry is. You maybe heard about Tony's issues with the supply chain, about slave trade. What do you think, Jocasta? What do you think of all that issue that they've had, supply chain?
Well, I'm hoping it's all just a big misunderstanding. They said that they were on. They said they weren't officially on a fair trade list, but that was just due to the fact that they can't really. I think they don't really show their work, as it were. They just don't really have a list of where they get their supplies from, but they do show that who grows their stuff, mainly on their website. And
I mean that's the thing. It's kind of like because they use a supplier which supplies obviously unethical chocolate, but they just use them for logistics reasons. So there must have been some middle mistake in the company or something. I don't know, but like it might have some issues with them. But before then, Tony was slave free. But so we're going to start with the milk chocolate caramel nougat, which is the equality bar. So how inequality is the cacao industry? I think it's quite inequality actually, because I was watching a documentary about the chocolates and about how like how Cadbury's only gives like 10 shillings for the premium that they pay, like 10 shillings, which is nothing. They can't pay for school for their kids. There was one guy who wanted to hire adults, but they couldn't because the money they were getting, they could only have their kids. And that's why when you see the articles about slave labour, it's actually, some of them are actually their own kids they have to use for the cacao industry, cacao stuff. So and I mean that's the thing about inequality, messes the whole situation up really. I think.
I'm not surprised at all that Cadbury's and the Mars company and God knows who else are unscrupulous with their supply chain and unequal pay. They've been doing it for years. It's only here and now that finally somebody has put their foot down and said enough is enough.
Yeah. I know. And that's what I find like with the whole industry is that there needs to be someone saying, we need to sort this out. Because I remember the Ghanaian president was trying to do one was if it's $2,900 ton of cacao, under that then the farmers don't get paid very much. But if it's over like 2,900, then the farmers get paid a good wage. That's the problem when they go up and down. It's like a banana republic. It goes up and down, and that shouldn't happen. It should be like set rate.
Yeah.
So it's like, one day you go to work and you're getting like £4 an hour, and then one day you get £6 an hour, or even like £10 an hour, and it like goes up and down. It's just you can't. It just doesn't work. So I've opened up the packaging, and this comes up. This equality. What does equality mean for you? And it has this information about what the jig says in the FTSE 100 earn an average 86 times more than the average worker. Unfair and square. So how do we balance the status quo? That's from the source BBC News 2020. And that's the problem about these chocolate companies. The big CEOs are earning massive amount of money while the farmers aren't getting as much money. And that's a very inequality.
Yeah, absolutely. And they don't even do most of the work.
No, they just sit there, just do meetings and how they can do better thing.
Yeah, although if you think about it, then the job of a manager and the job of the CEO. Oh, thank you. The job of the people behind the desk. Ooh,
do you wanna?
Yeah,
thank you.
There you go.
Oh wow. Got a lot of texture.
Very crunchy.
Got like the crunch of that biscuit, but quite salty as well.
Oh, yeah, I've just got the salt.
Really
Oh,
salty.
I love that. Oh, that was a good mix. Excuse me.
Yeah, it's got that salt. It's quite sweet, very sweet chocolate.
Oh yeah, yeah. I love milk chocolate. The sweeter the better.
Yeah,
I'm a big kid.
it's got that kind of a nice crunch to it as well. I like it's like a biscuit. Like they've got those little biscuits.
I think that's the pretzel.
Oh yes, yeah. I think I've got pretzel in it. Yeah.
Pretzel, nougat pretzel. Oh, almond nougat pretzel, salted.
Yeah, it's very yeah, because it's got a lot in it actually. That's got a lot. Because usually they only like two, 3 ingredients. Now they've got like sea salt, they've got nougat, pretzel, almond, and caramel. And that's the thing. The crunch could be the caramel as well. The really hard crunch. I think.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. I saw a piece of caramel and a piece of pretzel.
Yeah. It has that. That's the thing. Look. You had that, but it's that, and I find that.
So it's sweet mixed with the
saltiness.
The saltiness, yeah.
Interesting concept, really.
And nuts mixed with something biscuity like a pretzel.
Yeah.
Maybe they're aiming to balance things out.
Yes. Oh yeah. Balance that out. That's a good point actually. A good balance of the saltiness and the sweetness of the caramel, and then they have the saltiness of the pretzel and the sea salt and everything. So I think it's a bit more. Okay, so this is a Belgian version of dark chocolate piece of cacao biscuit. Interesting. Caramel pieces with natural citrus flavouring. Now this is going to be an interesting one because cacao biscuit is literally like one of those bourbons kind of chocolate biscuit, and it's going to be, and then have caramel pieces. It's going to be sweet, and it's going to be even more citrus with a citric acid hint to it. This is going to be an interesting one, I think. And it's dark chocolate as well.
I see lemony on the packet and I'm losing confidence.
Oh yes, dark lemony chocolate caramel. Interesting.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be one where you're going to go, nah, that's not for me.
Yeah.
That's not for me, girl.
Yeah. I think it's just in citrus.
Ooh, this is a gold. This comes in gold.
Yeah. They put the dark chocolate in the gold bars.
The gold foil. It says here, to us, inhuman means along. Yeah.
So that felt like it deserved a clap.
Yes, so let's open up the dark chocolate. Our last chocolate to try. Ooh.
And it looks like the sugar's got separated. That's what that white patchiness means.
Oh, right. Yeah, because it was in quite a hot place. Sorry, guys.
My bad.
Cool. I'll break this.
Here we go.
Do you want to try that? Yeah.
Oh, it feels powdery.
Yeah.
Yep. Cheers.
And we could tell it's dark chocolate because the smell is really intense.
That's relaxing. Is it? Oh, we have a guest. Hello, Squeaky. You have to be careful. Fun fact, chocolate is toxic to cats and dogs.
Oh, cats as well?
Oh yeah, cats as well.
Oh, right.
Never give your cat chocolates, not even your Cocoa Puffs.
I thought it was a dog.
Hello, my lovely. Shall I bring them on? I'll bring them on. Sweet. Get up my hands, get my feet. Come on, buddy. Come on. It's okay, my love.
Should we just... Yeah, carry on.
Yeah, let's carry on. Never mind.
But... the Drebin flavour is really low. Not that... It's quite weak. Not that intense.
Yeah, you're right. I'm not really getting any lemon at all. I've got more lemon from the Easter bar,
Yeah.
which is the one I was complaining about
Yeah.
earlier.
When you get the caramel, that reminds me of the bit of the caramel that from the other place. But you can't eat that much of this. It's really really
Oh God,
rich.
yeah.
Really rich.
Yeah. A milk chocolate bar, a full-size milk chocolate bar, I can do in a day.
Yeah, but this just can't.
But I could do that. I could do a full-size Tony's bar, milk chocolate in like 10 minutes.
Yeah, you're working. You start working again. You start. This was really intense. The cacao was really rich.
Yeah,
really
I couldn't finish that in one sitting. Like two pieces is enough.
Yeah, it's really sticky.
More sickly than the milk. That's ironic. Usually it's the milk chocolate bars that are the sickly ones.
Yeah.
Or so people say.
It has that. You've got the caramel, but then you have a slight lemony aftertaste to this chocolate.
Yeah.
But
it's tiny. It's minuscule.
Very tiny, yeah.
It's like I'm tasting one that's got stuck on my tooth, and it's like it reminds me of those dry ginger pieces you can get. I've never had them, but I have experienced them as a tiny little surprise in certain chocolates at Christmas.
Oh yes.
So tiny pieces of ginger. That's what it reminds me of. So the slight sparkliness of a lemon, like sherbetiness.
I mean,
it's very subtle.
Yeah, it has quite a subtle lemony aftertaste, but it's not very strong. And I mean, the strongest taste is literally the chocolate itself. It has a really powerful punch of your taste buds.
Yeah, I mean,
intensified.
Yeah, I think it depends on what you like. If you if you're like me and you love sweet stuff and you can't take really intense things like spice and dark chocolate, then a full-size Tony's chocolate bar is for you. If you don't have a sweet tooth, then the milk chocolate stuff is going to drive you crazy. So one of those, depending on how dark you like your chocolate, I'd say the polar opposite of myself could do that in 10 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, probably is. Yeah.
Anybody else, I'd go for half a size or like a third of a size.
Yeah, we'll just have like a piece, tiny little piece, because it's really, really, really strong. It's like
no kidding.
A bit. I was like, whoa. I was like, you can get very sick on that if you eat too much.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think my favourite one was I like the white chocolate raspberry one. That was actually quite nice. It's like a nice little cheesecake kind of thing. And the milk chocolate, I think the milk chocolate one was probably my favourite one. This is too much for me.
Surprisingly, I know I said I didn't like fruit in chocolate, but I would say the raspberry one was my favourite. The first one is like bog standard go-to for me. I would have one of those in 10 minutes. But the raspberry one was rather special. It was really creamy and like light, delicate, flirty, as I said. And the lemon, like I said, the lemon one, I can't believe I'm saying this, but the Easter bar, again, overshadows that one because too much dark chocolate, not enough lemon. It was really, really kick-ass.
Anyway, yes, so I want to say a big thank you to Jocasta for being in this video and trying these incredible chocolates and talking about how crazy the cacao industry and the world is. I want to say a big thank you to my viewers who have tuned in to watch this incredible chocolate video. And please share it to all of your friends. I want to take over the world. I want to go into like Mozambique and they go, oh, it's the chocolate lover. Or go to the far mountains of Bhutan and they go, and the king goes, oh, it's a chocolate lover. I was like, and please share it, like it, spread the word, and
subscribe.
And subscribe, please subscribe. And more subscriptions I get, the more closer to the monetization bar I will be going. Which will be nice.
Get paid.
Yeah, I can get paid for doing my videos.
We want him to get paid. It's a good thing.
Grazie, signorita. So
De nada.
au revoir, adios, arigato, morbas.